Okay, let me just unmute everyone real quick. So that if ever anyone has any questions, just simply raise your hand and then I'll allow you to speak. I want to give you guys my outlook. And yeah, and I basically took a loss on the flip account because I was trying to attempt a sell. So yeah, right now the sentiment is not really clear. I tried taking a sell in the morning, but did not get back to my entry area. But for it to come back to my entry area right now, it's a little bit risky because I'm looking at a few things here. So basically with gold, right? Basically with gold, if you go on the high time frame, because a new month started, so why not start your analysis from the high time frame? So right now on gold, what I'm observing is this high here being a potential target for whatever sales that may happen, right? That may happen, not that they will happen, that may happen, right? This is my potential target. Reason being is that this low would be viewed as potential liquidity, right? I know most people would try and attempt buys from here. I'll just try and make it big so you guys can see. So other guys would attempt buys from here. Not to say that they wouldn't work. They could work, but under this low, there's liquidity and also this one. Because you can see this is an inside candle, right? So there has to be one of these has been taken out. We're not really sure what is going to happen this month, but ideally from this rejection, what I would anticipate is for this month to close bearish or even close towards this area, right? So fine. Hopefully you guys understand the whole idea of this setup, right? So just like with this one right here, had an inside candle right here, right? Then the market decided or almost reacted from this open close, and then the following candle closed above, right? So hopefully that's a bit clear for you. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the weekly time frame, right? So on the weekly time frame, we're looking for reasons that the market would want to be here. So a few things, and some of them are I'm just seeing them now, right? Some of them I'm just seeing them now. So you can see the weekly opened, and if we zoom in, I want to see whether we just have a small wick, all right? We just have a small wick. So we're gonna mark it up like that. Potential short-term target, right? Potential short-term target right here being this weekly open. So which areas would we look at for potential sells? It would be this weekly open close, which was a buy. It was an area of support, and then we broke it. It becomes an area of resistance, right? That's the first area that we'd be looking at. So another area that we'd observe would be this one right here, which would be our last resort, right? The area that we would look at is if ever this one fails, right? So fine. At the moment, we do know that we have a likelihood of seeing price trading back to that area and then selling off, right? First target would be 200 pips, 250 pips, right? 250 pips. Second target would be here, 500 pips, right? Hopefully that's clear. Is it clear enough for you guys so far? Is it clear enough for you guys so far? Is it clear enough before we continue? So in the essence of time, I'll just continue. So on the daily time frame, we can see that we have this daily open close, right? But I wouldn't be interested in using this daily open close. Reason being is that we have the weekly level right here, just above this one. So obviously we'd anticipate the market to tap the zone, maybe give us a little bit of pullback just to create liquidity, and then trade a bit higher into that area again, and then we can get a proper sell, right? It may take a day or two. So for the fact that we do have news, maybe we might observe the 1 hour and also the 4 hour around here for potential liquidity so that we can be able to take price lower, right? So fine. Other areas that we have here, we have multiple levels on the daily. Have this support breaks becomes resistance breaks become support, breaks becomes resistance again, right here, right? And also this traditional SNR right here, and also another level right there. Have multiple levels that we can look for potential sells, right? But which one should we focus on? So in the meantime, we can focus on this weekly level because we do have an open close, and the high of the open close is right here. So my potential zone to observe would mainly just be around here. I know it's going to cover up those lines, so this would be my potential zone to look at for potential sells, right? Meaning that I'll be anticipating it to push a bit higher again before selling off, right? Although I did mark up those few areas that we might get a bit of a reaction and then sell off, right? These ones I'm not really sure because, yeah, we do have this area which we used it. So it wasn't fresh because price has already moved away from this area. So we just came back. So what we did, created a stop hunt, right? So even on that note, once we do get maybe an opportunity to take a buy within this area, then it means that we can either hold the buy and then attempt to see whether the sell is going to happen or not, right? So on the 4 hour, we have the low of this level. The low of this level is the weekly open close, right? Is the weekly, what's that? Hold on, let me just quickly confirm. Yes, the weekly open close, right? So that's the lower level of this shaded area. That's the weekly open close. And then the high is the high of the daily open close, right? So we're gonna look for areas that we can refine our zone. So for now, we do have liquidity right here. An open close, obviously this one is a bit low than the weekly. So we're gonna go to the 1 hour. I'm not gonna refine this one. Maybe I could just mark it up like that. Right now we just build a narrative. We're not looking for areas to sell from. We're just building a narrative just to try and understand what the market would do, right? So on the 1 hour, we can see that the low of that weekly open closes here, but we don't really have any clear area to sell from looking at this 1 hour, right? Looking at this 1 hour. But what I can say is that we do have a proper HPS, which we used, but I'm not going to mention that. So we tapped this resistance, we created ourselves an HPS. So for me, this high is an invalidation level, meaning that I don't want to see price trading above, right? So with that information, what I would do, I'd remove everything, mark it up like that, which is roughly around that weekly level. That's my invalidation level is here, right? Potential sell somewhere around here, which aligns with that weekly level, right? Potential target being here. So let's see if this candle closes, let's see, 1, 2. If this candle closes just above here, I might look for potential long opportunities trying to target that area, right? So I might look for it to give us a bit of a pullback into this area and then attempt to take it a bit higher again before we can start looking for potential sells, right? Something like that. Is that clear? Is that clear? But also remember, this is not financial advice, just me sharing my views about what I'm seeing in the market, right? And the main thing is just to be flexible. VXC, how's it going, man? How's it going? VXC. I saw you raised your hand, so thought you wanted to ask something. No mind. Let's continue. So what we're gonna do in the meantime, right? Let's just quickly go back to the weekly. Just want you guys to remember where we are. Also the daily. So on the daily, we had that open close, which we marked the high of right here. That's the high of that open close. All right. So 1 hour. Let me send this to back. So actually, let me just do this so that you guys can be able to see properly. What is that position? Visual order is sent to back. Yeah. Or is it not? Yeah. So that's basically, this is the weekly level. That's the high of that open close from the daily time frame. And I saw that we initiated a high probability supply area while retesting this previous open close. So this high is likely my invalidation level, right? A level which I don't want to see price trading above, but it doesn't mean that it wouldn't do that, right? We also make mistakes while we making analysis. So it's just for me to know where I'd properly set my stops if ever price was to respect my analysis. And that's roughly around 20 pip stop loss if ever I was to enter here. 30 pip stop loss would be roughly around here, right? Roughly around there. That would be 30 pip stop loss, right? But having an area like this does not mean that you should just take the trade blindly, right? So we're going to go to the M30 just to see whether we do have any unmitigated areas. And the only unmitigated area that we have right now is only this one, and it's way below the weekly level, right? So it's way below the weekly level. So which means that we still have to look for another one, which is around here, right? Within this candle, because this candle already mitigated these zones, right? So let's mark it up like that. Let's go to the M15 now. And the lowest time frame which I usually use is just the M5 for those potential entries. So we can clearly see, man, I would hate to take this with confidence, man. We can clearly see that we have this M5 unmitigated level right here, right? Let me just mark it up like that. M5 unmitigated level right here. Just mark it up like that. Or is it even gonna be anywhere close? Yeah. So basically, my potential sell setup would revolve around here. I do know that you guys may be looking at these other areas right here. That's still fine, right? That's still fine. Because obviously in the end, you still have to look for confirmation, right? Still have to look for confirmation, or wait for confirmation rather. So let's see, I'll just leave it like this. Yeah, so basically, there was a zone which I was observing inside here. Maybe that could potentially push price a bit lower into this area. And then we can go here, but I wouldn't take it. I would rather wait for these peak areas, right? These peak areas. because ideally what we're looking for is a sell, right? Ideally what we're looking for is a sell, but these are just areas that are internal, so a bit high risk, so I'd much rather wait for these peak areas. I'd much rather wait for those peak areas for me to even be interested in selling or buying. So, I don't know if you guys have any questions regarding the setup that I just shared with you guys. Feel free to ask me before we end the stream. Feel free to ask me before we end the stream. And if ever there isn't any questions, then I'll definitely see you guys on another video or live stream. If ever I will make any updates on this one, but potentially I'd be looking to take it from here. 30 pips stop loss, but remember, when I share my setups like this, you'd still have to wait for confirmation, right? But it's a high risk trade. It's a high risk trade. It's a high risk trade. So the price come back here, I might look to take a buy, right? I might look to take a buy and take price a bit high into that area. Should price come back, right? Should price come back. So I'll just share this with you guys in the group, and then yeah, we'll just see what happens on gold. On gold. Yeah. Anyway, let me end the stream. I'll talk to you guys very soon.